Rockstar, Couples Retreat, People's Like Us, Highway, Million Dollar Arm, and The 100-Foot Journey. To date, his accolades include winning 2 Academy Awards, 2 Grammy Awards, a BAFTA Award, a Golden Globe, 4 National Film Awards, 29 Filmfare Awards, and countless others. He has also been awarded 6 honorary doctorates, the most recent being from the prestigious Berklee College of Music, Boston, USA. Rahman's non-film projects include orchestrations for athletic and other big events, including the Commonwealth Games in 2010 and the London Olympics opening ceremony in 2012. Please join me in welcoming with a huge round of applause the one and only Mr. A.R. Rahman. Good afternoon. It is an honor. Please. I'm going to sit next to you to chat with you. All right. So, of course, have you seen the entire film?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And what I've got gooseflesh from the trailer. What do we expect? Is it
same? It'll make you cry. It'll make you cry a dozen times.
Oh my God! It'll make you cry.
In a good way.
In a good way. Inspirational. You have been doing quite a few projects with a difference. What's the major difference you face between the Hindi film industry and Hollywood?
I don't even know. When the transitional phase happened, I think from 2000 I've been working abroad. And here I'm so used to working on a song and people take the song and shoot and come back. Then you just dedicate your time, a couple of months for one project and don't do anything else. That's how the contract says.
And that's every musician's dream, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So even this movie, I think, in this movie the directors are very young. Jeff and Mike, they're big fans, and they are fans of even Danny Boyle kind of filmmaking. So it was very nice to work with younger people, and they were actually kind of co-producers of the soundtrack. And yeah, so we did this. It's almost a year and a half back we scored the movie.
A year and a half ago. Yeah. So anything particular, you said why you've done the film, but do you find anything special about what you've done for this film?
It's, of course, yeah, going out of my Indian sensibilities into a Western, not even Western, it's more South American, Brazilian, and finding out sounds, finding out, but one thing is common, melody is common, and if a melody can make you move, that's the commonality of music, which is great.
Do you enjoy the sport, football?
I'm starting to enjoy it. I was shooting in LA in the desert and I was practicing. And
does that influence you at all when you know?
I never grew up as a sports person. I was constantly in the studio, but things are changing now.
The second time, we had done Jaane Tu Jaane Na, and this is our second film. Absolute honor. Over to you, Mansi.
Thank you. I just a couple of easy ones now. There's the premiere for your special friends from the film industry this evening.
Yeah.
I'm not here. I wasn't invited, but I thought I would be. But
now you can.
This is the best way to do it. Right on stage, invite me, please. But anything special that you've got planned for them? Any?
It's pretty unusual. Usually, most of the films premiere happen abroad. I missed the Tribeca, that festival premiere, because I was working on 24, the other movie, back in Chennai. And this is probably the first time I'm calling all my friends for a Hollywood film I've done. And I'm very excited about that.
I can imagine. I think one of the best theatres in the city. How do you feel partnering with A.R. on this?
The premiere is in a different cinema. That's a preview theater. But yeah, I mean, we like to know his feedback on the cinema. We love this cinema.
Yeah, I love the sound. Any cinema which plays my song the best.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because I was feeling the sound is it needed some improvement. So we'll definitely, it's just good validation that the sound system is good. The cinema, this is our best cinema in the country.
I'm like a janta. I like to feel it. So.
Thank you.
I live here. I'm a spoiled, rotten person. I live here literally yesterday and day before I was watching films back to back. But asking you, Kamal, any reason that you decided to partner with this one is very unusual for an Indian market.
So, part of what we do in PVR is distribute a lot of independent Hollywood films. So you have the major studios, they have their own distribution set up in this country. But then you have like tons of independent producers who make 200, 300 independent films every year. And PVR Pictures, because we run a chain of cinemas, we've always, our endeavor has always been to bring films which can work for the discerning audiences, because the mass films, the popular genre is easily available in the country. The studios are bringing it, but we sort of focus on the independent films. So part of what we do is track a lot of independent films, and we've been tracking Pele for last 2 years. We screened the film in Cannes, the film festival in May last year, and we were completely bowled over by the simplicity and the inspiration, the story which was told in such a fantastic manner by these young directors, and we were certain we wanted to bring it to India. And then of course the clincher was when the producers and the director made the announcement that Mr. Rahman had agreed to give the music. That was a clincher. That's when we were absolutely certain this film had to be brought to India.
This is so exciting. Before we throw it open for the Q&A, my son is named Zizou after a football player, so I'm very excited that you're getting into the game, and I hope you enjoy it. But we'd love to know what are your next projects before we throw the house.
Yeah. So I'm producing a movie called 99 Songs. I'm in the midst of pre-production. So I've been working on it for 4 years. Now it's gonna go on floors.
That's a very exciting title. Are you going to let us know a little bit more about it, or we just wait for your official announcement?
We're just releasing a virtual reality promo. Not a promo, like the gist of the whole this thing probably in a month. So we're shooting for it all over the place.
So this is an Indian release or international?
This is an Indian film.
Okay.
Whatever the fate is, God will decide, and the people will decide.
Is it in Tamil?
Yeah, I was just
It's
going to
a
ask.
Hindi film.
Okay.
The hero is from Kashmir.
Okay.
Okay, let me clear everything. Heroine is from another place. I'll tell you later.
We like this independent film.
Yeah, I wanted to know Tamil as well. I'm half Tambram, so was wondering, are you back doing movies for the Tamil industry as well?
Yeah, I'm doing just 24 released day for yesterday. It's doing
Yes.
very well. And Mani Ratnam is doing another movie. Shankar is doing Robot 2.
All the legends combining, yeah.
Yeah. So
Anything else you'd like to tell them? So we're going to throw the floor open to question and answers from you. I'm sure there's a mic amongst you, but please raise your hand so we can identify you.
So what is the meaning of Jinga? Kyunki
Jinga is a style which Brazilians used to play, and then they were criticized by the European coaches saying that don't use the style. So Pele went against that, and he used that style and won the World Cup. So I felt when the director was saying he used the Jinga, I was like, what is that? I paused and said, this is a very interesting word, we can do a song. And so I did a song and surprised them.
And I saw, I think 2 or 3 days back, 24. So Arijit ने गाया है आपका वो गाना. So how was that happen? Just if you can elaborate.
So I think, I never thought about that idea, but Surya came up with that idea. I said, can Arijit sing a song for us? I said, okay. And then he was actually doing his own movie, he was directing his own movie. He was kind enough to record at very remote places. He had a mic and a laptop, and we had to do a couple of corrections, a couple of times, but he was very patient. He's a very sweet guy and very talented.
And how challenging is it for you to have your own unique style but yet be different in each project?
Life after the Oscars was the most difficult. And now when I think about it, it is more simpler for me to make a choice with a couple of doors open. Now every door is open. I was telling my agent the same thing, like how confusing can it be? You want to be a pop artist? Yes, you can. You want to be a Hollywood composer? Yes, you can. You want to do stage? Yes, you can. You want to be a film producer? Yes, you can. But which side will you? You're human and you have limited, energy. That was my problem for the past 4 years. And now I'm focused, I think. I know what I'm going to do now. But in the 4 or 5 years, I had a life which I never had in my life before. I was partly living in Los Angeles. I could walk. I could go to a movie. I go to a restaurant with my family. Kids could go shopping. I could go to a mall. All that stuff which I missed. And I was being a very good father, husband, and a son. I'm the listener for my music. I always want to be that. I know people say, oh, can you do the 90s kind of music? Can you do what Tal you did? Or can you do like how Rockstar was there? It's a phase which I'm going through internally as an artist. So I want to satisfy myself, and that's what I keep doing. I want to be honest to myself. I want to enjoy and be passionate about what I'm doing. I'm doing it for other people, but it's like I taste my food first before giving to other people.
You also started very early. Would you like to give away the mantra of your winning the world, you know? What all you did to win the world?
I can see a lot of parallels in Pele, because
Yeah, that's why I asked you the question.
many parallels. My father, when he was about to make it he was helping all other people. When he was about to make independently, he died. At probably one of the biggest releases he had, the same day he died. And very similar, if you watch the movie, his father was an aspiring, soccer player, but then he could never make it. And his seed of aspiration which he sowed made Pele, I would say his blessing kind of made him a huge superstar. And very similar to my story. So it is actually a lesson for every aspiring father who never made it. The kids will make it. So be firm and believe in the Almighty and make them, encourage them, and then give them all your blessing.
Well said.
Rahman sir, in person, which is your favorite game in personally?
Oh God. Now this is a trick question because I'm doing Sachin's movie also. I think sports is generally sports, soccer, baseball, football, basketball, cricket, all of them have a kind of, it's unifying people in a way. That's one thing which people can share between, there's no things dividing them. Of course, countries maybe, but at least in a country, it unifies people. So I like the whole sports thing. I'm probably going to go into sports just because of physical fitness and the excitement.
Yeah. After reaching such a great achievement in your life and receiving number of awards and Oscar, do you feel you are a legend now?
I don't feel anything. I want to be. Whenever I tell my people, don't keep any awards in front of me. That will slow me down, and it's a baggage on my back. I want to be like I'm born today, and I want to achieve. I want to learn, and that's so important for us. The moment you feel like, oh, somebody falls on your feet and give me Ashirwad, and I feel like, oh my God, I go to the uncle status now. Not that it's a bad thing. So I keep avoiding that. I want to be in a space where I can discover. I want to be like a child who's discovering things every day.
What kind of difference you find in the filmmakers of Hollywood and Bollywood? What kind of demands they keep it in front of you?
I think, in a way, Indian filmmakers are blessed. There's not much of interference. They have so much of liberty, and especially directors. You go to Hollywood and they'll know the difference. There are mafias controlling everything.
Contract investing. So how much time you give it to the Indian filmmakers? Like how much they have to wait? How many months or something?
I don't get it. What do you say? Contract.
You are born with a contract in the West, right?
Yeah.
So you take only one project at a time. So
Yeah.
how long the Indian filmmakers has to wait for you?
The whole system is different here. The system is, once they have the Muhurat, we give a couple of songs and they go and shoot and come back. Give me the next 2 songs, okay, then they go and shoot and come back. This is how 25 years I've been doing music like that. So in a way it's a cyclic thing. So 2 songs for one movie, they go for shooting. Next filmmaker simultaneously comes. After they go, I do the 2 songs. And then the problem would be background scores. When they all come at the same time, we're all releasing on Diwali, so that's when you're jacked.
Firstly, I want to know, sir, were there any particular instructions given to ensure that there's a lot of Brazilian local sound in your soundtrack for the movie? And second question is, how different your approach when it comes to making a movie on a musician, let's say rock star, compared to a movie on a sports player like Pele or Tendulkar?
I think if you take the spirit of music, and spirit is a very common word, I would say, that finds a commonality. The other stuff has to come in from research, and you have to internalize it for a long time. So I've listened to lots of Brazilian music artists on YouTube, and then the directors, we were jamming on it. But they were very keen that I should not lose the identity of myself in this. So we had Brazilian music, but the identity of what I would do, or what I've done in the past, the stamp has to be there, and that's what people feel. And I'm really moved by that comment.
When we make movies in India, like any biopic, we tend to fictionalize things. Everything is not like factual, and we glorify things.
Cinematic liberties could be taken, because otherwise it'll be a very boring movie. I've seen many boring movies, some very factual, and so why waste people's time? But it should not distort the purity of the character, I would say.
What do you think about when movies in Hollywood and Western countries are made? If any kind of biopic is made, they don't distort things in comparison when we make movies in India. Like,
not true, because I know that even 127 hours there were scenes added to. It was it's an original story, right? There were scenes added to make it more exciting, which was not there in the real thing. And as long as you're true to the character and you're honest to the source, I guess it's allowed.
A lot of movies, but as an audience we are missing your single album. So are you doing projects like that in the future?
Yeah, I want to do it, but what happens is my album, I'm the producer, so my constant loyalty goes to people who are waiting for songs. Okay. So it never gets made. Okay. 3 albums which I started, never made it. But I thank you for that, reminding me, and I hope it'll happen. Keep praying for it.
Rahman sir,
yeah.
Sir, the film is based on a sports legend, and Rio Olympics is coming, and recently Salman was considered as a brand ambassador for Rio Olympics. People from the entertainment industry, given being the face of sporting events like Rio Olympics, how practical, how genuine it in your terms?
What is the question?
Salman being the brand ambassador, being face of the Rio Olympics, how genuine and practical it is for?
I think he's a very popular face. Why not? And
but still, there are many sports personality and many legends. I mean, Jeev Milkha Singh is there, Sunil Gavaskar is there. Why not a sports personality? For
very true. Good question. Not to ask me. You ask them both.
But they're doing both. They've got Mr. Bindra as well, the shooter. He's also a big brand ambassador. And Salman Khan, as Mr. Rahman rightly said, Sachin has been a brand ambassador. I mean, a lot of sports people who've been at the forefront. But absolutely nothing wrong with an entertainment professional who's recognized by so many people in this country becoming a brand ambassador. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Actually, perhaps the press should help in making the sports person bigger stars than Bollywood stars. Maybe then you would have a sports person as a brand ambassador. It's all up to you.
As Mansi also told that she got goosebumps skin. Same here. You were telling about that the movies, more you will cry when you see the movie. Can you just elaborate that what exactly going to be there?
If you take this movie, it's not just about sports. It's not about a sports star. It's about human will and aspirations. So if you take the sports out of it, it's a common story. It's what Indians would think. It's so international in that level. And another important point I would say is how we're all sheeps. We go to an institution, we learn, and they tell you this is how you should do it. And they force you to do that, in any art, whether it's music or sports. This is how you should play, this is wrong, this is right. So if you have the confidence that you have an ESP, you have a it factor which nobody knows, only you know, then you should go ahead and do that. It's all about success. It's all about proving at a point where you can do it. And that's what I learned from this movie. Be yourself. People will come and distort you, tell you, oh, this is wrong, this can't be done, this can't be done. And he's done it. Done it again and again and again. That's what makes him Pele.
Quite a few years ago, you had said that you're a last-minute person because then you don't procrastinate. Is it still the same or has it changed?
No, I shift the deadlines to everyone. Now I'm a little more smart. So if the deadline is 15th, I said 11th we have to deliver this to myself. And they know that I'm cheating.
You were approached to be a goodwill ambassador for the Rio Olympics. Is that true?
I heard it from the press, but nobody, I don't think. It was all over the press on Google News, but I didn't get any email yet. Okay. Maybe my management knows, I don't know.
So are you still 2 AM person for recording and?
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.